this one I want you to focus on keeping the weight on your heels. So you're not teetering backward, but I don't want you to be up on your toes at any point. So just think about keeping the weight on your heels. Same thing, keep your back nice and straight. The mirror is helpful in that it will keep you in symmetry. It's real easy to drift onto your left leg or your right leg doing this. All you're going to do is imagine you're sitting on a chair, your back stays straight. Try and come down to about 100 and 110 degrees of bend at the knee, which is about there. A low chair, a toilet, shall we say. Keep the weight on the heels, drive and come up. Looking straight ahead all the time will help keep your back straight but not hyperextending it. Simple as that.
Always on the heels.
Always on the heels. Okay. Your toes are still going to hit the ground too, but just think about keeping the weight back on the heels.
And that'll keep my butt extended backwards as much as possible.
Exactly, and by looking forward, you won't be flexing forward too much like that. Okay?
Do that one again.
Look at how much I'm sticking my butt out. Look at my shoulders are coming way forward.
Okay.
That's what you don't want to do. Look ahead in the mirror, keep the weight on the heels, and you'll share the load more evenly between your quads and your glutes. Alright, nice. Feet are just about shoulder width apart. That's perfect. Imagine you're sitting back down on the toilet with the weight on your heels. Good. And then come on up again. Great. How does that feel?
Good. How many should I be doing?
Let's try somewhere between 10 and 15. That was number 5. You can use fatigue as a guide. If it doesn't fatigue you out at 10 to 15 with the 45 pounds, which is the Olympic bar, then I'm going to add more weight in the second set.
Because he's so hyperextended, like I tell my girls who are like him, like not to straighten their knees all the way, like not lock back. Is that something that is good or bad? Like, should you lock back into your full range, or should you try to keep your knees a little slightly bent?
Well, when you're working on stability, if you possess hyperextension, you want muscular control and strength. You come up on your toe, drop, nail it, hold your balance just for a brief count of 3, and then the same on the
Now, to me, it would be easier if you went into plie, like if you came up and then you bent. But is that not letting him get the control with the straight leg?
Well, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
The reason I'm keeping him in the straight knee position is because of the PCL insufficiency
Okay.
reluctance to stay there.
Okay.
But yeah, if he were to do, and what we'll start doing is unilateral one-legged sub-gravity jumps on there where he's doing exactly that. He's jumping and then he's coming into full flexion
Okay.
to absorb the shock,
Yeah.
which is healthier on the joints. There's no impact in this because he's not leaving the ground. And I want him just to get comfortable in this position here, you know, so that the PCL,
Yeah.
in positions where the PCL is deficient, like extension and hyperextension, that he's developing strength and control into that.
Do people ever operate on the PCL?
They do, but because the PCL has 3 attachments down onto the tibial plateau, it kind of fans out. Surgeons are real reluctant to do cruciate ligament reconstructions that they can't reproduce the anatomy. And so you'll see here with the PCL, as it fans on down, it
Okay.
has 3, it doesn't show you on this very
Right.
well, but it has 3 tibial attachments. And there's not a whole lot of consensus. There's consensus amongst those who do it and do it well. For PCL reconstructions, they feel they get a good enough reproduction for it to work.
Yeah.
But then you speak with surgeons like Kerry Keller who are like, I'm not that impressed with the existing technique and I'm not going to invest a whole lot of time into practicing something that is going to change or
Going back
improve
and
in the
forth or
future.
keep on going?
I think that's probably enough. Yeah.
What are some of the bad technique things that I can fall into when I'm doing that?
A reluctance to maintain knee extension. Like right now, you're quite comfortable keeping your knee fairly straight. When you're feeling apprehensive about your PCL, you'll be doing this type of deal here on a bent knee.
so I won't straighten it.
That's what you'll feel reluctant in if you're feeling
I certainly
apprehensive.
feel like I'm reluctant to straighten,
Uh-huh.
or I don't have enough strength to get myself totally on step, and I don't feel like I'm straight enough.
If your knee is bent, you're at a mechanical disadvantage for your gastroc, for that bigger calf muscle, which is doing most of this work.
Okay.
So that's why you'll know that you're doing it with.
So I wanna make sure I plant straight.
You don't have to plant straight, but just think when you're coming up, that your
Yeah.
body is in a tube, and you're just not Augustus Gloop scene from the original. Right? You're just coming straight up. As you're surrounded by a tube, you're going straight up and down. You're not coming forward. It's just straight up and down like that.
Okay.
Because if you're coming forward, your knee is going to stay bent. So it's not like quick steps like this. You're actually pausing on that one leg, so that it has to be fairly extended.
So really, it's almost like patience is the key word with this thing.
Yeah,
Giving
it's
yourself
about
time.
finesse. It's all about finesse. You can do these windmills all day and do them incorrectly, and you can do these fairy walks with a flex knee all week. It's not going to, it's not going to necessarily improve your confidence into that extension. Does that make sense? And the same thing, if you kind of lock in 20 degrees of flexion and do windmills, you can do it until the cows come home. What you're looking for is more getting comfortable and controlled towards that hyperextension range of yours.
Okay.
You know?
And when should I add the head movement after I have no wobble?
It's easy.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can, some people have to get to the point where they do complete circumduction of the head into a full circle where you're throwing all three planes of the vestibular system off.
Oh, yeah.
It makes a lot of difference.
It does.
Yeah. So you can add those in when it's real easy to nail a 3-second hold at the end. Then you can start moving your head around. Yeah. Or you could do it, take your step, eyes closed, up, down, hold it for a count of 3. See if you can do that. And without vision, you're going to be way off balance.
It kills you.
Yeah.
Just felt my hip hop.
Yeah.
And
No, it's
beyond
really
that,
hard.
You can always have 2 people doing it, one going forward and one going back, and like when you're both in your stance position, you throw a medicine ball at each other. So like you and I could be working in mirror here, where you're coming forward with your left leg, and I'm going to do the same here, and then while we're on one leg, I'd be farther away. You throw to me, I throw to you, and we're kind of doing this mirror thing coming backwards. Yeah.
Okay.
There's ways and means to make it really difficult. Yeah. Or medicine ball twists. Up, down, alignment maintained, 6-pound medicine ball this way and that way, but that takes a lot of control, and you're likely to torque your knee doing that right now. But in the future.
Okay.
All right, let's get back to windmills. We're going to do a full set. So, let's throw something in for your head. Why not? I'm really making it difficult. Let's start off with something simple. Simpler for your hip than I was going to do. These are hip hikes. Make sure your back feels okay with these. You're going to stand on this step with your leg hanging off the edge. You're going to do both sides. And on this knee, just remember you're going to keep the knee straight, but you're not hanging it. And how we're going to advance that, we'll run through this probably in the next one.